Before we return to the debate over immigration, let's celebrate a success story. 40% of America's biggest companies were founded by immigrants or their kids. Apple, Budweiser, Colgate, IBM, McDonald's. In the high-tech field, it's 60%. Google, Yahoo, and all that. Well, Shama Hyder's new company, maybe the next monster success? I don't know, but she's already earning millions, and Inc. magazine called her one of America's coolest young entrepreneurs. So why are you a cool young entrepreneur?
I don't know why they think I'm a cool young entrepreneur, but certainly I believe, like most entrepreneurs, I work hard, and you know what? I like making things happen.
Your company is the Zen Marketing Group. You advise companies on using social media.
Right. So the Marketing Zen Group, we're a full-service web marketing firm.
And you went to school you came here when you were 8 years old?
9 years old.
Nine
that's
years
right.
old. Your dad drove a cab. Your mom worked in a dry cleaning shop.
My parents left a very successful family business back home. We moved here for a better opportunity for their kids, and they worked very hard. You know, we lived in a small apartment. I went from having lots of family surrounding me, being doted on by grandparents, to being a latchkey kid. I was responsible for my younger sister. I had to make sure she was fed, that she was safe, got home from school okay, because my parents worked, full time. They weren't going to be home way after school was over. So whatever I fed her, as long as it was, she was okay. If it was chips, that's it. Whatever was in the pantry.
Is she alive?
She's alive. She's successful. She's thriving. So I did something right.
And were you aware of your parents' work ethic as a kid, that they were maybe different from the parents of the other kids in the school?
Yeah, I definitely saw my parents working much harder than some of the parents of my friends. They'd wake up really early. They would come home late at night. They were just so grateful to be here that they were willing to work hard. And I never saw them complain. My dad worked ridiculously long hours, but I never saw him say, this is too tough. They just kind of embraced that, that was the meaning of life.
And how were you different from your American peers?
This general sense of entitlement that my generation often gets blamed with, that we're Gen Y, we're needy. I feel a little different than that, because I feel I saw what I didn't have, and then compared to what I do have, and I feel like I'm much more grateful than some of my peers, and I didn't expect anything to be handed to me. So when the recession hit, we all graduated, and there were no jobs out in the market. Certainly my industry didn't exist, and it took me some time, but I really went out there and I started my own thing. I have a lot of peers who graduated with me who still don't have jobs, who are living with their parents, who just
They went to
waiting.
companies,
yes,
and were turned down, and you instead started your own thing. You went to companies and said, you could expand this thing with this thing called Twitter, and they said,
you're crazy. They said social media is a fad. They just didn't get it quite then. This was very, very early days. And so I decided at 23, you really don't have much to lose. And, I'd seen my parents. They came here with absolutely nothing, and they built something substantial. So I knew that it could be done.
Now you've got 30 people working for you.
That's right. Yeah.
Americans?
Americans, yeah, it feels good.
And a book, The Zen of Social Media Marketing.
That's right,
There's nothing zen about the constant tweeting.
The Zen part is how to work with social media. So the essence is, people want to have conversations. They're looking for quality information. They're looking for customer service online. They're looking to connect. And if you work with that rather than against it, which is very the traditional way to market, right? Throw a message out there, push, push, push. And instead, if you really work with social media, kind of look at why these tools were created and go with the flow, then it's a much more Zen-like experience.
Well, good luck to you. I hope you become a billion-dollar company.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shama.